This NBA season, there are a ton of players having breakthrough years, from Ja Morant to OG Anunoby to Tyler Hero, and today I want to discuss one of them, Miles Bridges from the Charlotte Hornets, who's basically doubled his scoring averages this season. And one of the big differences in his game is isolation scoring. Whether it's all sustainable remains to be seen, but with the Most Improved Player of the Year award, there are already shaping up to be a lot of candidates, and as of now, Bridges would be number one on my board. Today in The Void, we're going to get into how his game changed and whether it's all sustainable. Bridges is scoring out of isolations more than ever. Though he isn't a shifty ankle breaker type of scorer, he blends an explosive first step with decisive movements and pure strength to score athletically inside. And he's taking and making more pull-up threes than before, a new development for his game. The Hornets have fed Bridges nearly 3 times as many isolations per game compared to last season. He's gone from barely doing it as a rookie to having a heavy workload comparable in usage to secondary scorers around the NBA. Charlotte will often give Bridges an elbow or wing touch if he's against a leaner defender like against Tyler Hero, and he's able to power through to score in the paint against contact. He's too strong for guards and many wings, and he's too quick off the dribble for most bigs. On this possession, the Heat matched up Jimmy Butler with LaMelo, Kyle Lowry on Hayward, and then Bam Adebayo was on Bridges. But Bridges is still too quick even for Bam with his ability to slither inside. If Gordon Hayward can stay healthy and if Bridges continues producing, he'll keep receiving mismatches and cause trouble by getting to the paint to score or facilitate for his teammates. There's little reason to doubt his ability to get to the basket as he does here against rookie Franz Wagner. Later in that same game though, he also showed how he can generate shots from 3. Bridges is attempting threes far more frequently off the dribble. Last season, he attempted only 1.2 shots per game to more than 3 per game this season. Even though he isn't shooting a high percentage on them, the Hornets want him to experiment and grow through it. Bridges loves using the step back 3 out of all play types, especially handoffs, which allows him to build momentum toward the basket before he stops and steps back. He looks more fluid finding these shots, and if he's able to improve in the same way he did over the years as a spot-up shooter from 3, then his percentages should only improve further in the months and years to come. So I spoke with Bridges on the phone this week for a story that ran on The Ringer about his progress and some of the things he did over the offseason. And my main takeaway from the conversation was that this seems like it was all orchestrated. He told me at the end of last season, James Borrego, their head coach, sat down with him and recognized, okay, you got better. We can see the progress you've made. You could be in store for a huge roll uptick next season. So we need you to work on your ball handling. So the Hornets and Bridges talked about this. He worked at it, and now he's been rewarded with that role and opportunity with Charlotte. The funny part here is, though, Brian Windhorst from ESPN had reported a couple weeks ago that they offered him $60 million over 4 years for his rookie contract extension, and he said no to that, probably knowing this opportunity was going to come. Essentially, though, the Hornets said to him, you got to prove it, and then we'll pay you the money. So for him here, early in the season, he's hitting some threes off the dribble. He's scoring out of isolation. That raises the question, is all of this sustainable for him? And I'm a believer. I lean towards yes with Bridges. And the reason why is this, because I think the type of matchups he's getting out of those isolations, he's not going to stop getting. Teams aren't going to pull their best defenders off of LaMelo Ball. He's the head of the snake for that team. And even with Gordon Hayward, all the playmaking responsibility he has, you can't put a weaker guy on him. So Bridges is always going to have a mismatch because of his style of play. And not only that, it's not like he's just, hot from 3 or doing some stuff that's out of the ordinary. This follows his trajectory over the years with his development. And not only that, he's just doing a lot of the same things that he's always done. He's just doing it more. I mean, like, he's doing more catch and shoot from 3, more spot up shooting, more cutting to the rim, more rim running to get ahead for some of those passes from LaMelo Ball. So with Bridges, it's not like he's a totally brand new player. It's more like a culmination of the work he's individually put in going back to when he was in college, and also his evolving role with the Charlotte Hornets. So for him here, Charlotte said prove it, and Bridges bet on himself. Thank you for watching today's episode of The Void. Please be sure to subscribe to The Ringer to have videos in your feed every single day. I hope you have a fun rest of your day.